Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. In this video, we are going to be continuing our quest through the main scenario of Stormblood, and as such, we are going to be introducing the second zone, the Peaks, as well as completing some of the more memed-on quests in Final Fantasy XIV's expansion. You'll understand what I mean as we get ourselves over to the Fringes, but there are quite some quests and quite some lines here that are quite of a certain notoriety, I suppose, in this expansion, for mostly because of the launch of the expansion having kind of a shaky ground to stand on when it came to the stability of the game itself. Now, first, we are going to introduce you to the second area of Stormblood's expansion, and that is the Peaks. Now, it is another area in Gurabanya, another mountainous region at that, and it has some different landscapes and things that to take of that are specifically of note. But just like with the Fringes, we will only be able to explore the northern half of the Peaks this time around. That being said, unlike in the last video, I highly recommend getting all of your Peaks ether currents out of the way as soon as you get here. And I'll explain why. There's one ether current in particular that I find to be quite troublesome to go back and get if you have to get it later, so I'd rather just get it the first time around. Same deal, or at least we're going to be getting all that bonus experience from exploring all of the new areas. If you don't really care about getting the first half of actually, now I'm thinking about it. No, I'm thinking of something different. My bad. I was thinking of one of the future zones. I know one of the Stormblood areas that gets split in half, as in you can only go to half of it for most of the time. One of them actually has the ability to get all of the ether currents from exploration before getting all of them from quests, and as such, it's a little bit different of an experience, but that's not the Peaks. That's going to be one of the areas over in over on the other side of the world in Authored. Looks like there's a Fate boss over there as well. To be honest, most people will Fate in either the Fringes or a place called the Azim Steppe. So if you don't see people Fating in other areas, it's because they're likely in those areas instead. Those areas are very, very popular on Gilgamesh at the very least for Fate parties. Especially once you have flying. Like I said, secondary jobs are way more popular for Fates. Ah, so we have the Ziggurat. So the Ziggurat has one annoying ether current, but luckily you have me to show you exactly where to get to it. So it's actually on one of the lower levels of this Ziggurat right here. But you can't just walk up to it. So what you gotta do is you gotta go about halfway up right here. You gotta go off the side. Don't worry about the key current that's following me. And then you can jump down to the back of the Ziggurat and grab this ether current. Don't worry about that key current man-eater. He's going to take a while to de-aggro, but he'll go away eventually. Now, 335 yalms to the southeast. This is the main reason why I recommend you do all of your ether currents the first time around, is this exact ether current of where it's telling me to go. It's just on the border of the northern side of the map, so it's or on the southern side of the map, so it's easy to mistake it as something you'll get when you visit the second half of the Peaks. But it is not something that you'll get on the second half of the Peaks. It is something you must get on the first half of the Peaks. Some scary looking enemies on the way up, admittedly, but they're all bark and no bite, so don't worry too much about them. We're gonna go up this way, and at the end of this path should be an ether current. I believe there's also a side quest on this northern half of the map that might take you here. If not, well, I'm not doing side quests anyway, so I guess it's ultimately irrelevant. And we should almost be there. Yep, 123 yalms to the east. It should be on this building right over here. No matter what, you won't have flying to come get this ether current because, well, that's kind of just how ether currents work. However, there are some bad guys here, so keep that in mind as well. Also, I'm going to avoid using a size because I really don't want to have to deal with the side effect of having about 20 mobs jump me. As you can see, they are level 61, so they're a little bit they're a level ahead of me, and on top of that, because I'm not running with any Shire gear or item level 260 or 270 loot from the previous expansion, they take a little while to kill. If you have any spare Poetics Tomestones, which I do, but I haven't gone and spent them yet, at least going and picking up a weapon would be something I would recommend just to speed up the kills on some of these other enemies. And what I can do with you, actually, is propose you. Bet you never thought you'd see me using that, but when it comes to getting ether currents and avoiding fights, oh, I can be a crafty person. The only downside is I can no longer mount up to get out of here until I can run out of range. Even then, because he's asleep, I think it's going to wait till he wakes up, or I'm a massive distance away. That is a B rank hunt, by the way. Do not mess around with that guy. Especially if you see one of those B rank hunts around, like Buckaboo. Yeah, definitely don't use a size. Looks like we have a fate with an EXP bonus right here. Don't know if I'll be able to complete it alone. Like I said, not many people do fates in the peaks. Now, I wish that was the only ether current that was kind of annoying to get on this side, but unfortunately, it is not. Lumberjack, any Final Fantasy XI players will recognize this guy. So how much health does this guy have, out of curiosity? He doesn't really hit all that hard. He's got an okay amount of health. It'd take a while to chip through this, at the very least, but not all too long. If I get aggro from something, this would take a while, though. But I kind of just want to show you the EXP bonus, so I'm going to kind of just eat the amount of time it's going to take. If you have a Chocobo, of course, whether it be a DPS one or a healing one, to make sure you don't actually have to stop and heal the entire time. It would obviously speed this up as well. Or having a higher item level, that would help also. I just try to use the occasional healing cooldown here, and otherwise not really worry about it. Throw a regen on myself. Now my regens aren't quite strong enough to just completely ignore him. Divine Seal ones are, but otherwise they're pretty much just a net neutral. Although a size, on the other hand, when combined, is far more useful. Luckily, being a white mage and not having to stance dance anymore does mean that keeping yourself alive in situations like this is, well, a great deal easier. And with that, my Tetra is back up again as well. So that'll be the next healing cooldown I use. And then I'll have my size up again. Size is actually probably the next one I should use, because it deals damage on top of healing me. So I want to be going through that one as quick as possible. I was kind of a little bit hoping that maybe somebody else was going to show up when they saw that this one... Oh, hey, look, somebody. Hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you. Is it going to help? Yeah, that'll speed things up. I was kind of hoping for that. Sometimes people just won't touch a fate if they're the only ones on it, but if they see one that's at like 50% and somebody's fighting it. You know, they might help out. Luckily, we have a good Samaritan here. He won't pull aggro off of me, which doesn't really bother me, but he is speeding this up. You saw how quick it was going with one person, so with two people. All the better, my friend. All the better. Let's see how much EXP. I'm going to presume we're going to get... Because this is a level 61 Fate, and I'm only level 60, so we're not going to get the full level 61 experience. I think we'll probably get close to 130,000, would be my guess, for this. It's a pretty easy effort for 130,000 experience points, if you ask me. It'd be even better if there were more people here. No Forlorn Maiden, either. I am still waiting for us to see the Forlorn Maiden. I'll wait till the next Rhino charge, and then I'm going to use Tetra. Actually, he'll be dead by then, so I guess it won't matter. There you go. No, 147,000. Still went pretty well. Yeah, I guess it about doubled the amount of EXP I would otherwise obtain. I'll just throw a quick bow out. So, thank him. 150,000 for that. I mean, not bad. If it was Forlorn Maiden, it would have been, you know, 300,000-ish. So you can see that Fate Trains can be quite powerful if people are willing to do them. They are definitely an improvement over Heaven's Words, by far. Especially if you can get groups of them in the fringes or the peaks. So 300 Yalms to the east. This is another reason why I really think you should do your Ether Currents the first time around. Now, to be fair, I'm actually kind of wasting time by doing this Ether Current now. This Ether Current I will go to with a quest that I'm going to be doing soon enough, I believe. So I'm going to do it now, but you may want to wait a little bit on this one and let the story kind of take you over here. It's basically kind of like the other place where it's a high elevation place that has a lot of, you know, circling around the same part of the map. But we're almost there. I don't know why, even when I know exactly where it is, I still want the compass to give me validation. So it's in this area right here. Specifically, it's going to be right there to my right. Yep. So what we're going to do is, I always try to make the jump right here, and it never works. So let's just go the actual way you're intended to go, which is over here, up, up, and away. There you go. There's gonna be one ether current in the locks that some people watching this already know about and are already going, oh, don't make me think about that, Haps. And then other people are gonna be like, I don't understand. No, it couldn't be that bad, right? Luckily for you, that's like over 10 videos away, so you get to be ignorant to it for a little while longer. Not gonna stop and do that, Boss Fate. Even with only one person here, being, if I was level 62 or 63, I could plow through these, no problem. I'd have dungeon gear, I'd have a higher item level, I'd have more natural stats, but being level 60 against the level 61 Fates, it's not bad, but it does take a while. Oh, that was my cat. If you hear a meow, it's because it's about 7 o'clock in the evening right now, and he's going to get restless for his dinner. And we feed him on a very strict schedule. 8:30 p.m. is your dinner time, Aloha. I hear you over there making a fuss. Can I jump down this? Yes, I can. Just wanted to make sure. I don't think I've ever actually tried to jump down that. Aha! There's another ether current. Looks like somebody else is just chilling up there. Level 54. Interesting. Are they on Fisher or something? Yeah, whatever. So we got that ether current, and then we'll do the next quest. I'm still keeping my eye. Although, I'll keep my eye on Fates a lot closer when we make our way over to the Fringes. As like I said, you saw the party in the last video. The number of people doing Fates in the Fringes was considerably higher than the number of people doing Fates in the Peaks, which was a grand whopping total of yours truly plus a passerby. Simple enough to get this ether current. Alright, this is moving along swimmingly. 796 yalms to the south. I think that is the southern half of the map, so I think we're good on ether currents in the north. We may find out otherwise later, but for now we'll make that assumption and actually do some main scenario quests. And of course, there are going to be quests that also give ether currents that we will have to do. Those are the only side quests we ever make an exception for. Let's repair our gear. We checked out my gear in the last video, and it was close to broken. So, not close, but closer than I'd like it to be. So there you go. Get our gear repaired up, and let's move on. I also never equipped that headpiece that I picked out. So let's do that as well. So you may remember me mentioning hunts in previous videos, specifically that S-rank hunts have these ridiculous spawn conditions. This area actually has a pretty crazy spawn condition for a hunt, and that is taking the Chocobo Porter. I know, it sounds crazy, but it is an actual means of doing it. Oh, it looks like people are actually... Oh, no, never mind. It's a guy in his Chocobo. That's fine. It's not even the same guy. That's a machinist. Looks like he's just doing a quest. I think it's a quest I'm going to be doing momentarily. Oh, look at that. We're almost level 61. And we still have quite a ways to go before the level 61 dungeon. Looks like this quest might actually get me to level 61. That little shortcut that we got from all those main scenario quests is pretty handy. Although it does look like he's actually doing the Fate. Well, let's go over there. Maybe we'll get a Forlorn Maiden to spawn. There are a few more main scenario quests, but we'll make our way over there. These guys are pretty annoying, these horrific boots. Mostly because of, you can see that guy has Paralyze on him. That would be the main reason. Looks like he wants us each to solo one. I mean, I'm okay with that, but if he gets paralyzed, I mean, not much I can really do. I can remove the Paralyze on me at the very least. Oh, well, I can if I had... I may want to change my roll actions real quick. Yeah, because like I can't even finish a spell cast because of this. Yeah. I'll just help him out. Ugh. Maybe I won't help him out. Never mind. Does this thing have diminishing returns, please? There it goes. Yeah. Bursting them together definitely feels better. I wonder if you can line of sight the Paralyze. Nope. My hopes and dreams were dashed. I'm just hoping to see a Forlorn Maiden. It's the only real reason I'm doing this Fate. I just want to get a Forlorn Maiden to spawn so I can show you guys what one looks like. They almost look like origami monsters. Ah, the Dust Vanilla spawned. I'm just gonna lose aggro on the Dust Vanilla real quick. It has nothing to do with this Fate, so I want nothing to do with it. Ugh. Oh, that's what. Oh, that's a Forlorn Maiden. The Smell of Death. So that is indeed what the Forlorn Maiden looks like, and those become top priority. As soon as I can actually cast spells again. There you go. Holy moly. Okay, the Forlorn Maiden has more health than I thought she did. Ugh. Just kill the stupid boot. Can't do anything. Why did I not switch out for Asuna at any point? So you want to make sure you kill the Forlorn Maiden before completing the fate. So if they kill the rest of the boots before I finish killing this, it's going to be bad. In fact, they should really be helping me with this Forlorn and nothing else. To be fair, I hate targeting party members. Oh, come on. Help me with this. I'm hoping by dragging it closer, I can bring their attention to it or something. But it doesn't seem to be working just yet. It's alright. I can deal with this. This paralyze isn't all that bad. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Please. Oh, they're killing it. Never mind. I can see its health dropping. I don't know that that's actually hitting targets. You guys may want to just focus on the Forlorn. You gotta kill the Forlorn. Oh my god, no! I walked too far, no! Oh my god, I hate this the paralysis. Okay, they're focusing on it. It has to be this thing to go first. Because if this thing doesn't go before this boot goes, then all this was for naught. Because we will not get the bonus. Am I immune to this paralysis yet? It'd be great if I was immune. Somebody I know, I think, just asked me if I was interested in a free company. An interesting prospect. I think I know them, and I don't think they know this is me. Alright, looks like we've got some folk. Oh, no, don't kill that boot. Kill the Forlorn. I don't care if this other boot aggroes me. Take care of the Forlorn. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll heal them to get aggro. And then whatever. I'll take care of myself. I don't remember. There we go. I'll let them take care of that issue while I deal with the issue immediately in front of me, and that is the double boot. I just want to show you the buff, and then I want to go use it so you guys can see it. I can't believe I reset the friggin' maiden. I was like, oh, I can go like one more step maybe. And I was like, nope. This was a bad idea. Alright, and there you go. So with the Forlorn dead, it says the Forlorn dissipates. And now we can finish the fate, which just requires us killing one more boot. And then it should end. Alright, and now that gives us the buff, the Twist of Fate. Experience earned on fates is dramatically increased. Now to be 100% clear, because the language is not... It is only a buff for the very next fate you complete. And it will double the experience points from only that fate. It will not last for several fates, even though it implies that it will be around for several fates. I guess maybe I will do the fringes and the other quest, because I did say that I kind of wanted to do the spread for the quest was kind of strange, but I think that this quest in the peaks actually showing off the Forlorn has worked out quite in my favor. I do want to go do that other fate to the west. It's not a boss fate, but it's nice. Now, oh, didn't mean to do that. So one thing I would try to recommend doing, if you're not really fading hardcore in a zone, and you think you might be able to wait out doing the Twist of Fate, using that Twist of Fate buff, because it only lasts for a single fate, and if you leave the zone, it goes away. If you can wait for one that gives bonus experience, it doesn't have to be a boss fate, but if you can wait for one that gives bonus experience and then double stack the Twist of Fate buff plus the bonus EXP buff, that would be ideal. It's just not always something that's going to be achievable. Sometimes you can get some pretty big delays, or you can get that boss fate to the south, which might be a doable one. I say we go to that boss fate, see what it's all about. Maybe if somebody sees me doing it, it'll be like the other one. I don't think that's a tough boss fate, but I could be wrong. I just need to kill one more Garabanian Hornbill anyway. So what is this? This is Venting. It's only a 15-minute one, so it shouldn't be too bad. And it is bonus EXP, so let's go double stack these buffs, and you can see, without even factoring in armory bonus, just what we have to look forward to. I think we'll call this one the Peaks and the Peaks, the Forlorn, and the Twist of Fate. Or the Peaks and the Fates. Because that is what this video is. This video is meant to be a prime example of the power of fates, if you can get people doing them in the first place. People are just kind of sick of fates, even though they do have these updates and these changes and these benefits. It's just a result of years and years and years of doing fates. People don't exactly look forward to them no matter what you say. Alright, so we're up against Ventus here. I love Kingdom Hearts. And yeah, it looks like he's going to be about as strong as the Lumberjack, so maybe if we get started on it and people see it being completed, they'll show up. He, on the other hand, though, looks like he only casts Arrow, which means I'm pretty much not going to have to use skills other than regen probably this entire time. But it will still take a considerable amount of time if nobody else shows up. One spellcast and one dot tick is pretty much 1% though, so it's like a percent every like 3.5 seconds approximately, I suppose. I am afraid to use it, yeah, because I am surrounded by enemies a little bit, so let's try and reposition over here. I just want to be able to assize and not pull something else. You saw how long it takes. There you go. You saw how long it was taking me to kill the last one with a size, so on top of how long it takes me to kill a normal enemy, last thing we want to do is slow this down anymore. Oh, looks like someone's on their way. Or they're just flying over me. Yep, they're just flying over me. Never mind. Got excited for nothing. I feel like this one's going a little faster than the last one. Could just be placebo effect, because I want to believe that, but you know, I'll stick with it. For the sake of this video, I will stick through it, Ventus. I will help you heal your broken heart. Please let somebody else show up. Please. 35%. We're going along, guys. Oh. Is that somebody here to help, or... Oh, they got their chocobo out at the very least. Oh, they're a ninja. Alright, alright. They can pull aggro off me, so go ham. We already saw how much one other person can speed this up. Waiting for that trick attack. That's when the big guns come out, because I got what's it called waiting. Should be coming out any second now. I was kind of anticipating it to come out right about now. Alright, Catan is an option, I suppose. I would prefer Trick Attack. Getting a little picky during this Fate, but it's only 2 of us, so I know you can hit the positional. So, you know, if you want to do it before the end of the fight, I mean, that's fine. You do it right at the end, that'll be alright. More than welcome to... No? Okay, that's fine. Got my point across. Thank you, Ninja. And there you go, 380,000 experience points from Twist of Fate, plus a boss fate, plus EXP bonus, without armory bonus, so I would be getting 50% more if I had the armory bonus. And there are boss fates that are worth significantly more experience points than that one. But, you mean, you gotta consider, that's basically more than two entire main scenario quests at this level worth of experience points. And in terms of side quests, which are usually less experience than the main scenario, I'd have to imagine that's close to 4, maybe, side quests at this level. So very, very effective. And I'm glad that I managed to line up everything to get to show you that. Now, go take that and tell your servers that fates are actually okay if you don't want to hate yourself forever. It's too bad. They really should introduce these mechanics to lower level fates. I don't know why they chose to specifically design them for Stormblood fates. It's probably because they could design the Stormblood fates system in general to support them from the get-go. Whereas with other regions of the world that already have existing fates, it's harder to incorporate a new mechanic with those. But I would still like to at some point see the Forlorn and the EXP bonus come to the lower level fates. Personally, I think just having an option that isn't Palace of the Dead would be something that's welcome. Even if it's Fates. No matter what, even if you're doing dungeons, Palace of the Dead, Fates, it doesn't matter. You're grinding. Like, that's what an MMO is going to ask you to do. You're gonna grind. Like, I'm not oblivious to that. Nope. I didn't realize how much health the Forlorn had. The last time I saw a Forlorn, there was about 80 people at that Fate in early access. And it died instantly, so I was like, oh, okay, the Forlorn, it's okay, and it's gone. Alright. That Forlorn had about as much health as a boss fate, I'd say. These unscaled boss fates. I mean, it is a boss, but I also don't remember it being that big. I also thought it was called the Forlorn Maiden, not just the Forlorn. It's almost like I got a stronger version of the Forlorn. And I didn't even know it. Give me your heavy sack. Giggity. Alright, so normally I'm not... Nah, who am I kidding? I'm always this lazy. Yes, I'm spending 100 gil to save the time teleporting. Normal people won't do that. This is my 3rd time doing these quests. I'm gonna do it. In short, I'm gonna do it. And we have another one over here. Yeah, see, 167,000. So again, that 350,000 was more than 2 main scenario quests worth at this level. Grab the next one. One feature that definitely comes in handy for the Stormblood main scenario quest is that main scenario tracker in the top left corner of the screen. I can even press back to confirm destination and just take a look at it in the minimap right there. Super handy. Haven't really needed it yet, but I acknowledge that a lot of players who leave the game and then come back get lost when trying to catch up with main scenario quests, so having a feature like that is incredibly welcome. Healing boots. Looks like someone's about to, I was going to say start practicing on a training dummy, and then I realized that there was nothing there. Alright, let's head to the ziggurat. Ugh, it feels awful to be using those. I should just... How much currency do I have? Oh, no, look at how much I have. I could totally get a weapon. We should go get a weapon. The weapon will be worth it. The weapon will last me a while. Yeah. In fact, I actually have a little bit more than 1674. Yeah, we should go do that. Let's go do that when we finish the peaks. Let's go grab some 270 stuff. Poetics are now used for everything level 50 and 60. So even though I do have lore tomestones and scripture tomestones, I don't need them. I can trade them for poetics tomestones, so we are going to do that at some point. Might as well get that little bit of the item level bump. I wouldn't need it as much if my level 60 job quest was still available. You have 2 level 60 ones. The one that unlocks Tetra, more specifically, is the one I'm talking about. If I had that, I wouldn't really need it so much. But I don't, so I do. Probably wondering why I'm not a sizing. I am afraid I'm in range of other bad guys. So I'm just refraining from it for the time being. As we all know by this point, enemies for quests, specifically main scenario quests, that are spawned from those circles are always weaker than the surrounding enemies. So if I can avoid fighting the surrounding enemies, it makes my life a lot easier. Doesn't look like that's going to be as feasible here, but we'll see how it goes. Alright. I'm going to try that. Alright, that's safe. Oh, this Meat Gnasher has quite a bit of health compared to the other two. That's fine. Which means he needs a little bit of extra lovin'. Oh, now you want to aggro. In the middle of a cutscene, too. Wait, let's see if I can do this. Oh, wait, no, just put him to sleep. I love this sleep ability. Don't forget about that. For leveling sleep, just to get through aggravating things like that, can be so bad. Just don't do what I almost considered doing there, and don't jump off while you're aggroed. That will kill you, and it will be bad. Oh, there's the next spot we're going to be going. Ugh, I wanted to jump there so I didn't have to walk past this guy. For all I know, he's going to turn around right now and aggro. Nope, never mind. This guy could do it, though. I think I know. I have to look for a specific thing on the ground. And if I recall correctly, it's right over here on the right. I think that's the one. The Chocobo Feather? Yep, that's the one. Oh, sorry. Clicked out of the game by accident. Those fates took a lot of extra time. We're almost done with the Peaks quests, thankfully. What do we got for weapons here? Nothing for me, unfortunately. All these grade 5 materia will come in handy eventually, though. Grade 5 materia is going to be eventually handy for not just using grade 5 materia. Because grade 6 materia exists, collecting any grade 5 materia throughout the main scenario quest and then transmuting it later can yield some early grade 6s, but grade 6 materia is quite easy to farm if you take the time out to do it. Please do not slow me. Honestly, just for leveling purposes as a white mage, I should have Asuna cross-rolled. Not just because I'm going to forget which dungeons have things that I can Asuna, but because in the off chance I'm on my mount and I get heavied, I would really like to be able to, to cleanse that. Game? Game? Music? Game? I guess it didn't like that quest. It's just like, nope. Nope, there we go. Music's back. And it's gone again. Okay, and it's back again. Oh, and then we go back to Rhalgr's Reach, and that's a wrap for the peak. So let's go grab those items real quick from with those poetics. So that way we can kill things a little faster. It'll make our first dungeon a lot easier, too. First dungeon drops item level 260 gear. We're still a little bit of ways from the level 61 dungeon, but it should help quite a bit. 102 parties in the party finder right now, huh? Sounds like Ether's popping on a Thursday night. And, well, in that case, I guess we don't want to take the weapon right here, no? Battle Dance materia is not much better, but still. Okay, so if we want to trade those other tomestones for poetics, we have to actually go to Mordona. However, to purchase the level 60 weapon, we are going to need to go to Idyllshire. It's kind of annoying that you can't trade in lore and scripture tomestones. Tomestones that are from Heavensward for poetics. Granted, poetics are from A Realm Reborn, so I guess at the same time it kind of makes sense, but it's a little bit inconvenient. 161 and 61. Okay, now we have just about 1900. That should get us some nifty stuff in Idyllshire. So the weapon is our first priority. We want that. Other than that, I guess body legs. I don't know how much we'll be able to buy. I forget how much the weapon with the upgrade is. But at least we'll have a 270 weapon. I did not mean to use Swift Cast there, and I don't know why I used it. See, I'm not the only one here. Alright, let's see. Tomestones of Poetics. We don't want special arms. We want Disciple of Magic 2. And we want... No, I guess we want other? Yes, we want other. And more specifically, we want Rowena's Token of Scripture. We want 10 of these. That is not where you type 10. Rowena's Token of Scripture. We get 10 of those. We'll get the Micro Tombstone, and the Illuminati Deepest Gobdip. So that's 600. And now we have all this left over to get more. So again, we will go with the body. We will go with the legs. And now we actually have a few options. We could... No, yeah, it'd be better to bump up more things to 260. The thing is, 260 stuff comes from this next dungeon. And if I just run it a few times, I'll actually have 260 stuff, plus the quest-related stuff. I think we might be better off upgrading the 2 pieces that we have. So we're going to need 2 of these. And I think that still leaves us with enough for an accessory. Let's get a ring. Not the best choice, but... you know what? We could get gloves or something. If I get the ring, I can actually... No, I can't upgrade it. I'm like 4 poetic short. Unfortunate. Oh, let's get a belt then. The belt at least gives me a vitality increase and a bigger defense increase. Let's get the belt. Okay. And now, to get the weapon, we first go to you. Shire Gear Exchange. We look for the Shire Crook. Trade those items. And now we take those items over here and upgrade them to 270. We'll upgrade the crook, the body, and the legs all over here. And then we'll equip everything, and it should make our experience a little more enjoyable. Augmented Shire Crook. No. There you go. And then the Preceptor's Coat. And then the Preceptor's Hose. I got hose in different area codes. Equip it all together, and we're much better off now. 270 weapons. Sweet. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a wrap for this Healer Happy video. Hopefully you enjoyed getting the explanation for the fates and seeing the Peaks quests and the Ether Currents and whatnot. Thank you also to our Patreon supporters. Very much appreciated. By the way, the series isn't even part of a Patreon reward anymore. We've made it permanent despite not having the initial support for it on Patreon, just because I'm enjoying doing it again. So I just want to thank them. Because of them, I feel more comfortable going out and doing a lot more of these videos that don't really garnish as much views or as much effort. They're just more time consuming. So I definitely appreciate that. I will see all of you fine ladies and gentlemen in the next video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.